Hey there folks, I'm the Mysterious JG. It's time for a new Let's Play. I've gone an unusually long time for me without having an RPG Let's Play, so my tentative plan right now is actually, because it's been such a long gap, I'm going to try to make it up to you guys by LPing two RPGs simultaneously. Just kind of alternate uploads. Some of you might think this is a horrible idea, especially because one of the RPGs I'm going to play, and this is the first episode of that LP, is the only RPG in my recent list of ones I was thinking about playing that I actually had one or two people specifically say they did not want to see. Apologies to BJ Ori and the other person. But I'm going to LP alongside another RPG, which I'll be posting the first video of soon. I'm going to go ahead and LP Final Fantasy XIII. Yeah, I had tested my capture device on Final Fantasy XIII-2, so you guys are aware that I had that probably, if you're followers of my channel. I don't know why. I was thinking about doing Final Fantasy VIII, and I'm not sure why I'm holding back. I like Final Fantasy VIII actually a lot more than I like Final Fantasy XIII. I'm just kind of holding back, I guess, for when, I really feel like, I guess I'm waiting for a moment to come where I really just need something to get me back into LPing, so I'm holding in that in reserve because Final Fantasy X was my favorite. Final Fantasy VIII is pretty close. Final Fantasy XIII, the other thing is, it's in high definition. It's an Xbox 360 game. I really want to actually take advantage of my fancy pants capture card, so it's either Final Fantasy XIII or Lost Odyssey. And I figured Final Fantasy XIII would open up the door to sometime down the road do Final Fantasy XIII-2, whereas Lost Odyssey would just have a really nice high-definition picture as I read a bunch of short stories, as that game collects a bunch of little short stories and makes you read them for character background. So without further ado, because you never know when somebody's tuning into one of my RPG LPs for the first time and isn't particularly used to or interested in hearing me do a bunch of meta bullshit before we get started, let's go ahead and let's play Final Fantasy XIII, Xbox 360 version, if that makes a difference. I've already played through this game, of course. I'll be playing through this is only the second time. This is not a game I replayed. After I beat it once, I never touched it again. So this will be my first time revisiting this game. Press any button to continue. Thank you, game. Select the storage device I would like to use. Okay. I'm a little surprised it's making me go through this. So we'll watch the intro, which we might have to watch again if I select a new game. Director and scenery designer Motomu Toriyama. Main programmer Yoshiki Kashitani. Art director, other Japanese person. Graphics and VFX designer, oddly enough, Seamus McGuinness. No, it's Japanese person. Main character designer Tetsuyo Nomura. I do enjoy the Final Fantasy games and a lot of the Japanese fantasy. In recent years, I have been drifting away from the Final Fantasy series and towards Western fantasy. It's just, I don't know. Here's Lightning. She is definitely, she's the main character, and of all the flaws that this game has, Lightning is actually a pretty solid main character. I like Lightning. Part of the great frustration about the sequel is that it puts Lightning all over the cover art on the box, but the game isn't about her anymore. Oh, and here's a bunch of people dressed like Sid from Final Fantasy VI. A little condom outfit he used to wear. But yes, it's going to be one of these games. Flying around on the back of fantasy creatures while inspiring music plays, and the black guy is comic relief. I'll try to let you guys make up your own minds about Zaz, the game's black guy, but I think this is one of the most unintentionally racist games I've seen out of Japan in a while. I mean, he's a likable character. You're meant to be on his side, but he's definitely played for laughs. Alright, enough of that. We're getting little previews of all the characters that we will come to love, and in the case of that blonde-haired guy to hate. There's Sarah, there's Snow, and there's Lightning. Oh, snow. I've been wondering whether I would get around to playing this first or Final Fantasy VIII first. If I played this first, when Zell first appears in Final Fantasy VIII, I'll have to say, Snow has traveled back in time! Whereas if I had played Final Fantasy VIII first when Snow appeared, I'd have to say, oh fuck, Zell's returned in another game! And there's Vanille. She's irritating in kind of an interesting and unique new way. Irritating in a way no previous Final Fantasy character has ever been irritating. Final Fantasy XIII. So yeah, I'm going to be busting this game's chops for the entire LP, folks. That being said, it's a really pretty game. Very pretty. All sorts of problems with it. Very pretty. What kind of extras I got? I've unlocked gamer pictures by doing stuff, I guess, in my previous playthrough. This game, and I think this is to its credit, considering how Final Fantasy XIII-2 wants to like suck extra money out of you with rip-off DLC. This game was issued as a complete game, no DLC needed to play through this thing, and as far as I know, no DLC that actually impacts the game. All the DLC stuff you can get is like, you know, Xbox/PlayStation desktop themes or whatever. Do we want to play with our settings? Subtitles are on, speaker name is non-event, battle speed. That's probably all fine. So, let's get going here. Did I mention I'm a serious JG? I'm a serious JG, folks. This is only the second Final Fantasy game I've ever LP'd. I was trying to give them a wide berth, but once I got sucked into LPing Final Fantasy X, I guess the floodgates have opened. Speaking of floodgates, there is a hole in the sky. Or the cloud cover, at least. No squall or cloud shall blight our path, or whatever.
The 13 days after we awoke were the beginning of the end.
The end for all Fantasy Australia land. Yeah, pay very close attention to the story, folks, because I sure as hell don't understand it. This train is bound for glory, this train. Final Fantasy XIII! They look like nice fellas. It's a very chipper sort of train with
You serious?
fascist death
Be
guards.
quiet.
Sorry, Lightning.
Best of luck. She did it! Hands high!
She ripped off her disguise and revealed she's a character we've never seen before.
You alright?
For Final Fantasy X-2, there would have been a glamour freeze shot of her with her name appearing in sparkly letters there. You're funny, you're black. I'm all that's chocobos, but really, you say that. So, sometime around video 3, I expect to actually get to make a command input.
So far, so good. They all want to fight.
Good for them.
So, shut up, whoever you are. Who's on the cover for this game? It ain't you. She's kind of the female Cloud. She doesn't really talk all that much. And doesn't show a hell of a lot of emotion. She's actually a lot less of a drama queen than Cloud was.
Give me that.
What the?
He said what the because he didn't know he was carrying it when she stole it from him. So, you guys know what's going on? We have a train derailed, woman with a bazooka, and really short pants. Now there's robots, panthers. Well, I was confused, but this is clearing it right up. is all happening in Xanarkand. It's like this sport took over after Blitzball lost its popularity. Robot monster fight.
Run! I've been away!
Up and away! Yeah, yeah! I think I might get to play now. I'm gonna get my hopes up too high. Nah. What was I thinking about? This is just Metal Gear Solid 4 with swords instead of guns. And I believe her sword has a gun built in. Oh no, I get to play. This is a tutorial fight coming up.
Whoa! Hey! Let's be rational now.
Yeah, right. Reason with the killer robot, Zaz.
They're sending the big guns now. What do we do?
Watch and learn.
It's a tutorial after all. Active time battle tutorial. This tutorial explains the basics of combat. We'd better view it. I always view the tutorials for my LPs. In case you guys want to play along. As far as I know, nobody ever does, but what the hell. Time flows continuously throughout battle. Watch as your ATB gauge slowly charges. See? It's charging. You watching that? Characters perform actions by expending charged ATB gauge segments. The actions which they perform depend on the commands you select. Oh, that's nice, so I have some input over it. That's good to know. You can input entire strings of commands, then unleash them all at once. Select Auto Battle, because yes, you can play through about 2/3 of this game, folks, on auto. Select Auto Battle to queue up a set of commands tailored to your situation. Select abilities to specify individual commands as you see fit. A description of each command will be displayed at the top of the screen. For now, try selecting the Auto Battle command. Move the cursor to Auto Battle and press A to select it. 2 attack actions have just been placed in your command queue. As you learn new abilities, you will use commands other than attack. It will also become possible to create longer strings of commands. But you're never really going to need to stop hitting Auto Battle until you get about 2/3 of the way through the game. Next, you will need to choose the target of your attacks. When fighting multiple enemies, select your target using the... yeah, whatever. You only face one enemy in this time, so the choice is simple. Attack Zaz. Press A to confirm your target, and you execute your 2 attack commands immediately. The Manasvin Warback. Once you have finished your attacks, enter more commands and continue fighting until you have defeated the enemy. Note you will only be able to control the actions of lightning. Zaz will fight on his own, supporting her as he deems best, by running away. Good luck. From here on out, how you fight is up to you. Has she actually been attacking it? Yep, so that was a wimpy little enemy. Basically, I hit the A button several times. I just kept hitting the A button.
Fall back!
Not so tough now, huh? Hey, that wasn't like a challenge now, all right? Hey! Count it up! I'm coming!
Oh, come, Elizabeth!
Jump!
Oh, that's about as much interest as she ever displays in Zaz's life. That's adorable.
Heads up.
Chocobos.
This thing
I just love them.
won't give up.
Yeah. I guess they don't bother me as much in this game as they do in Tactics, because this game is just intrinsically ridiculous. Oh, good, the same enemy again. I was thinking it's getting into another tutorial. Nope, just keep hitting the A button some more. Ooh, wave cannon, huh? Do I do more damage when that thing's open? No. There is a certain degree of skill in this game. The timing of when you launch attacks. But no, by and large, you just keep hitting the A button until it's time for another cinema scene. That being said, I'm recording in high def. No other way to record a game like this is so dependent on awesome visuals. It really is a pretty game. I think I did do more damage there while that thing was open. Yeah, I did, didn't I? Five stars. A 5-star frog splash. You do get a battle rating after each battle. That impacts your drops. I'll explain it later. We got 6 potions, so now, next time we get in trouble during a fight like we started to there, I can actually consider healing, because as far as I know, I had no option except keep pressing the A button in that fight. So yeah, we've got 2 people and they're fighting robots, and there's a train crash. There's an explosion. The black guy is comically panicky, while the white/Japanese chick's all stoic. It's all working out pretty good.
Whew. We did it. Aren't you supposed to protect civilians, soldier? I mean, you are Sanctum, aren't you? What are you doing trying to stop the purge?
What else, Sanctum?
Why don't you tell me that?
Do I know what
was
these
a
things mean?
soldier.
Oh, she was a soldier.
Hey,
Now I'm a supermodel.
where do you think you're going? Man. Chocobo, we just can't catch a break, can we?
You're gonna be my new party member.
Yeah, that's a good question. Oh well. I better follow her.
Somebody's gotta have
Too
some.
old for this.
He's getting too old for this shit, folks. You heard it here. Yeah, somebody's got to lend some personality to the game. I like Lightning. She's actually a kind of cool protagonist, but not exactly imbued with a lot of personality. Camera control tutorial. Oh boy. Change the control scheme? Nah, this is fine. You possess... Oh, so it's not really a tutorial at all. You possess an advanced digital journal known as Datalog that automatically streams information deemed pertinent. Whenever the Datalog records a new entry, a notice will appear. Yeah.
Sure we can get through here?
Ain't sure about shit. Didn't mean to do that. I meant to do this. Events! Chapter 1. The Buyers of Fate. Let's see if we can figure out what the hell's going on. Lightning and Zaz are held aboard a military purge train along with a group of civilians destined for exile. Oh, well, that would have been nice to know. In stark contrast to the uncertain and despairing people around her, Lightning appears determined and focused. She seizes upon an instant of inattention to disable a guard, and her impressive display inspires Zaz and the other civilians to take up arms against the soldier. After clashing with enemy forces, the train crashes to a halt in the war-torn district known as the Hanging Edge. Zaz attempts to figure out Lightning's angle, but she shows little desire to share. The former soldier throws herself into battle without the slightest hint of hesitation. What could be driving her? Alright, well, at least we're not supposed to know what the hell is going on. That makes it a little easier to take. Can we equip our heroes? Ooh, this little... Ooh, she moves on her own status screen. Isn't that cool? Yeah, so she's got a Blaze Fire Saber. There's nothing else that we can equip her with. Like, literally no accessories of any kind. So she turns her head slightly and opens her mouth slightly. He just kind of opens his mouth. And he's got the Vega 42 blah 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 gun. She can attack and she can blitz. Oh right, she can blitz! You need to have good blitzing skills to impress Waka. When we eventually get to Besaid. He can attack. And she's got 200 hit points, he's got 220 because he's a guy and therefore he has more hit points. That's how it works, folks. Men have more hit points than women. Being silly. Having a good scratch there? Ooh, we can shop at the Unicorn Mart. Reliable service from a name you can trust. Unicorn Mart, your health is our business. Our expert pharmacists are standing by day and night to send you whatever you need, whenever you need it. So, in this game, stores are just kind of like at save spheres, and you can buy stuff, and they never really make any effort to explain why this works. I mean, it makes sense as a game mechanic, they just don't really bother to explain how it works. Oh, apparently I already had 10 potions, so that's nice. And we can save our game. I didn't ask. So let's go ahead and save. This would be a new game. I've got a bunch of previous games which I don't particularly intend to save over. Yeah. So this is a mess, is what this is. And I can move the camera around. It's nice that it's fully rendered. And take a quick look at our heroine, Lightning. One of the reasons I like Lightning is that they don't make her ridiculous, like, hotness, like skin-tight outfit or whatever. Obviously, she's wearing really, really short shorts. Otherwise, her outfit actually looks reasonably dignified for like a warrior hero person. She's got this little half cape, this capelet. I don't know what that's about. Ooh, enemy encounters. Many and various enemies stalk the roads that you must travel. Upon entering an enemy's detection radius, the mini-map in the upper right corner of the screen will flash in warning. Coming into contact with any enemy will initiate battle. So I think we can try to sneak up on them maybe, but no, I guess not. I guess Dawes killed out while I was hitting the wrong buttons. You're gonna drop potions? No, they don't drop anything. At this point, we can't even...
What do you suppose this is?
Big blue...
Army leaving its toys out now?
I don't know. What are you asking me for? Step aside. Take a look. Yeah, I have no idea what that thing is. Okay. I don't ever recall saying you could come with me, Daz. I only know your name because of the damn status screen. Tutorial on jumping? Oh, no, you just jump automatically.
Hey now.
I don't believe we can get back up there, so I sure hope I didn't miss any awesome treasure chests or anything. Yeah, we're here. I see no way that we can avoid these battles, so... Yay, 5 stars and no spoil. So, yep. Okay, so we just got off a train and look at her blink. I mean, just like I said, I'll be making fun of this game and its many, many flaws throughout, but I mean, when you were playing Final Fantasy with like Fighter, Thief, Red Mage, and Black Belt, could you conceive of like a Final Fantasy game that looked like this? Seriously. She just switched which arm she was going to have akimbo and be all sexy with, because I didn't put it in a command in time. I still remember being blown away when Mega Man blinked if you didn't move him for a certain amount of time. I guess I'm just old. So it's going to go, maybe if we just kind of walk casually, the soldiers will think that we just walk like you belong here. That's it. Just gotta have this attitude. Oh, now she's hunched over. Kind of hunches over when battle is coming, I guess. And then she stands upright again, so... Ooh, this isn't a warden, this is an enforcer. Let's kill double A. Arn Anderson right there. You think you're gonna spine buster me? I'm gonna use Blitz because the auto battle told me to. Blitz can hit multiple enemies at the same time. Does less damage than an attack, but if it hits more than one target, it does more damage than an attack would do. Like, yeah, 'cause it hits for less damage than an attack would, but against multiple targets at the same time. And no spoils. To the victor go no spoils in this particular case. Now, one of the reasons I decided to play this game is because as bathroom reading, one of the things that I've had lying around. Yeah, that's actually pretty believable. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, so I had the Final Fantasy, like, the official guide, like the fancy hardcover official guide that I got when I first got this game, because I was really excited about this game when it first came out. Hadn't played a Final Fantasy game in a long time. And just having that to read in the bathroom finally just convinced me I just needed to play the damn game again. The pulse? I assume that what pulse is will be explained eventually, along with sanctum and all the other random proper nouns you're dropping. See if anything new has showed up on the data log here. I guess it tells you if something new shows up. Yeah, not yet. Here's a treasure chest. They are floating orbs in this game, and we got a potion. That changes everything. Guess we could be running. I like to stroll in case I miss potions. Pay attention to me! Pay attention to me!
Not wanting to get purged, I get. But taking on trained soldiers?
Better to die than get sent to Pulse. It's hell for the brimstone.
I did train soldiers.
Yeah, well, hell's
suck.
not sounding too bad. Because this place ain't exactly paradise.
Domesticated peacekeepers. Nothing to worry about.
Well, maybe not for a soldier girl, but I'm trying to say, hey!
Hey, I'm Black Comic Relief Guy. Pay attention to me.
Guess we, gotta fight again, huh?
I want to get the camera to like zoom out just enough so we can see his afro again. That was awesome. His afro like suddenly becomes transparent. Again, I see like no way to sneak up on these things to get a preemptive attack. Oh, that sucked. My blitz didn't actually hit the, Hey, I staggered him. Which they haven't got around to explaining yet. He has a little orange meter that's up in the top right corner. Yeah. Maybe these guys drop spoils of some kind. Nope. Apparently not. So why do I have like a big black thing on one arm but not the other? Apparently you're just not cool in Japanese games unless you've got weird clothes that are not kind of, you know, that's the word I'm looking for. They're not balanced. They don't have like, I can't remember the word I was looking for. Never mind.
Don't need to be pushing now.
Listen, you. Never mind. You just throw a lot of weird kind of background chatter at you. It tends to be inaudible. Especially if you're in a hurry, because it cuts off right in the middle. So we'll save again. And I'll save back here. And I guess we need to end the video pretty soon, but
Yeah, you must be real nice from up there.
okay, I don't even know what you're talking about now. Does this count as surprise attack? No. Zaz is in trouble. You may have noticed that we get 100% of our health back after every battle. You also, if you lose a battle, you get the chance to start over again. It's kind of like high definition, really graphically enhanced Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. Except even that game didn't give you all of your health back at the end of every battle, and its whole thing was that it was like RPG for beginners. It is still driving me nuts that I cannot remember the word for when the left and the right match. It will come to me like later when it has nothing to do with what's going on. Is there something back there that I'm supposed to be able to look at? I don't know. Oh. You actually can come up here on the ladder, or stairs. Interesting. Where the hell did Zaz end up? Maybe we actually ditched him. Oh, Lightning, don't allow yourself to hope too hard. But maybe if we keep moving... Alright, well on that note, folks, I guess we're going to call it a video. When we come back, Lightning and Zaz, who, as far as I know, haven't even introduced themselves, will continue walking around, encountering soldiers, and using auto battle to try to hit a plot point where we find out what the hell's going on. I'm the Mysterious JG. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I hope that you'll join me next time when we continue to go through this very pretty high-def collection of auto battles. So I'll see you then, folks. Bye-bye for now.